Scott Chesson from CFO4Vets. What does my business do? I do CFO4Vets. I do fractional CFO services for small businesses between 2 and 20 million. The focus is obviously on veteran-owned and military spouse-owned businesses. And that's what, that's my mission, is to help those small businesses grow revenue, grow profits, and increase the value of the business. And also always my thinking is always helping businesses get ready for a sale, whether they're preparing to immediately or sometime in the future, or it happens unexpectedly. You always want to make sure your financial house is in order so you don't scare away potential investors or buyers.
What is an example of a chink in an armor that they maybe want to keep in mind as they're getting going or while they're in the middle of operations right now?
Well, I mean, one is financial statements and just doing kind of budgeting. So like what Tracy's doing, helping small individuals get their financial house in order. I'm doing it on a scale for the business, but the first thing is financial statements. Again, if you want to go to a bank and have them lend you any money, then first thing they're going to do is say, give me your tax returns and financial statements. And so that's one thing. If you're really seriously thinking about getting bought, you're further on down the line and you want to have audited financials, but that's way out there. That's kind of further out there if you're going to get bought, particularly. So I think it's just financial statements, cash flow, really understand your cash and understanding your business. And is your business scaling? Is it profitable? Is it growing profitably? And then what is the potential going forward? What does it look like? Or have you used up all the growth and you're kind of, the business is what it is, and so you're going to sell it as is and it's relatively flat. So those are some of the things you look at, but it's basically having your good financial statements, reporting, analysis, understanding of the business, and what does the growth potential look like going forward. Those are some of the things that you want to do to be ready. Usually you'll sell to a private investor or somebody wants to buy your. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Is one of the businesses I was a part of, the very last one before I started this one, the owner sold the business, brought somebody in to grow it, and sold the business to the person who came in to grow the business. It basically paid the owner out of the proceeds, because the business went from like 6 million to 35 million. So that's how they did. That was one way to do it, is you bring in a successor. Another, there's a lot of different ways. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. Maybe you sell a portion of the business, making sure you're obviously getting into business with somebody that you can deal with over the long term, work well with in the long run. The other thing I say, if you ever get into business, a partnership with someone else, make sure that you have a buy-sell agreement that kind of specifies how your business is going to get dissolved, or what happens if you are 50-50 owner and one person wants to walk away for whatever the reason is. So that's another thing. But again, there are a lot. You can sell a portion of the business. It can be inherited. You could pass it along to your children or someone else. Private sale, part sale, private equity investment, on and on and on. There are lots of different ways to do that.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Scott.
You bet. You bet.